first time here. Court ordered. I guess to start, I do feel badly, for some of the things that I've done. I've been driven to do. It doesn't really feel like I control it. It's more like if something takes over or something. I think it's probably just nature. Like everybody's got it, And some of us accept it, and some try their entire lives to shut it out.
I thought this was a really smart piece. It was one of those ones that kind of makes you wish or wonder why you hadn't thought of that idea. It's written well, it's executed well, just a really smart play, interesting, right to the point. I enjoyed this one. Fragile.
Fragile was probably my favorite piece in this festival. I absolutely loved it. I love the story. And I thought it was put together really well. The acting was so good. Like there was something off about both of these characters that we're watching, and you get this foreboding sense like the entire time that something's not quite right with either of them. So it's interesting because we're watching this scene in the car and you almost like don't know who to be afraid for. So I thought that was really well done. I thought it was excellent. And I also love the framing that we got in a lot of these scenes, like when they walk into her place and you're watching them through the door frame, like everything's dark except for that one sliver of light that they're in. And we see that a few times in this piece, and I thought it really added to the story and the mood, the vibe of the whole thing. I thought it was so good, and I would just love to see more of this.
I really enjoyed this film. I thought the shot selection and cinematography was just really unique and just so impressive and made the movie that much more interesting. I think the two shots for me that stood out were the second long shot in the movie, which starts through the window of that door, like a wide shot, and then, which I just thought was cool on its own, and then it turns into this long shot of them walking towards the camera. And then a similar wide shot when they enter her apartment, and then it follows him to the bathroom. Both those were really cool. And yeah, it was a good twist at the end. I really didn't see that coming. I think some of the story was a little vague, but I think it works. Like, you can afford to have that vagueness in a story like this where there's mystery and suspense, but I think my only note would be a little more clarification there with stuff. But I think that like kind of after credit scene kind of helps. But yeah, I thought it was really good. So
I really liked how everything was set up. It kind of brings you along for this journey of who do we trust, who do we not, what is everybody's intentions, and then I thought it was a really satisfying reveal at the end.
I definitely enjoyed that it made you think in the sense of this felt like one of those films that kind of embraces but also makes fun of tropes, in the sense that the main guy gave off serious predatory vibes the entire film, which made me question, like, why does she keep accepting all these red flags? But then I think it was when he's invited into the house where of course you're like, wait a minute, why? And then it became a game of cat and mouse for me, like, okay, who's killing who? Because they're both really suspicious right now. Which very much enjoyed, because it had me on my toes, because I didn't trust either of them by the end of the movie, which definitely enjoyed this one.
I found myself really intrigued by the characters in Fragile. The film kept me guessing the whole way about which character would do what the outcome would be. I felt this sort of sense of being on the edge of my seat, ready to jump at any minute, and I liked how it went. I think my favorite part was that even though it ended rather abruptly, we get to kind of see more of the story continue in the credits, and for me that was really satisfying to see kind of like the context of the shorter piece that we'd watched for the film. Really great.
Nice long setup, and then the twist, and then we're out, and then we see her in her hunting grounds during the roll of the credits, which was a really nice little addition there. So yeah, I thought it was nice, compact, got us right in the meat of the story. We understood the characters pretty quickly, so that attests to some really efficient writing in this. The performances were good, nice filming, great lighting, and good editing job. Yeah, I thought that it was a nice short little capsule, in and out, and we got our kicks.
Pretty
Nice.
well done. It was very much a psychological horror thriller, where you kind of didn't know who was the prey and who was the predator, and they kept that tension going pretty well. And then it was kind of freaky when you see kind of what happens, and there's like a little bit at the end there too that it's a pretty good teaser for a potential larger film, maybe, or even a series. About this young woman who sort of wreaks her vengeance on those that would take advantage of women. I think that is probably very appealing to especially women, audience women, to see something like that. So it's pretty scary, pretty well done. Congratulations.